Hi, this is Joseph Morabito. Today we have a very special episode of Wildomar Conversations. You're going to meet someone who about a year ago was homeless and on the streets, and today has a place to live, a job, a car, and dreams for the future. Keith Johnson went from the military to being homeless and on the streets for 6 years, then asking SWAG, also known as Social Work Action Group, for help in getting him off the streets. He now works for SWAG. Now let me throw it over to Bridgette as she chats with Keith.
Hi, my name is Bridgette Moore, and I'm a councilwoman with the city of Wildomar. And today we have Keith Johnson, and he's going to share his inspirational story with us. So Keith, I remember the first time we met actually was picking up litter. You came on a Saturday morning, and we were going to pick up off Bundy Canyon. So what makes you come out and want to pick up litter?
Well, because when I was homeless, I made a lot of trash. I made a lot of messes out there. A lot. And it seemed like a good way to give back to the community, kind of pay for my messes in a way. Like I said, I made a lot of litter behind, and a lot of people clean up after me. And this seemed like a good way to do something. It made me feel like I was paying it back in some way.
Okay, I love that. Many months you come out to pick up trash with us. So what kind of brings you back to coming?
Well, the group is like a family, and I'm out here. I'm alone out here. I don't have family out here. All my family's on the coast, Orange County and LA County. It just gave me a sense of family. It's kind of a tribe in a way, and I felt welcomed, and I really needed that. You're alone out there when you're homeless. You got homeless people out there, but really you're alone. It was refreshing, and it made me feel, a part of something.
And the connections, and we know humans crave connections, and the friendships you made were friends, and the friendships you made in the group. I mean, I love that, how that's helped you in your life. So that leads us into, one chapter of your life was that you were experiencing homelessness. But let's go back to the beginning, because that isn't all of Keith. So what lead us up to that?
I was at the end of my military career. Because of medical reasons, I had a medical discharge, and I was facing that, and I kind of knew it was coming. So I don't know, maybe it was like a midlife crisis in some way. I'm a musician, and I decided to come out here, and I knew some people out here from years before, and I came out here to play drums. I did that for 6 years, trying to get this band to play, gigs and make money. But there was a lot of drugs involved in it, and I got caught up in it real deep. And I lost everything in the whole process. Within the first 6 months of being out here and doing this, I lost everything. I lost all my records of everything with my family, all my family photos I had on disc, my car, connections to my family. I lost everything within 6 months, and after that, I continued to do it for another 6 years. You can imagine after 6 months of losing everything, how 6 years later on, how that would be. Yeah, it's a long time.
What made you decide? What was the day that you just decided, I'm done, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to get help?
For a while, I got really good at it as far as being able to live off the grid and doing things to survive. I was eating out of trash cans. I was eating, trash can donuts and pizza and whatever I could find. That's hitting the trash cans from the apartments and finding things and being able to barter things for drugs, or whatever I needed. I got really good at it. One day I found myself laying in a dirt field, with a needle in my arm. And it was just I was dying. I was slowly dying. I had nobody that would really take me under their wing and help me. Nobody. I thought I had friends, but there are no friends out there. Everybody's out for themselves. They're all trying to survive. So I just made a decision one day. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I gotta figure out a way. And SWAG was my way out.
So for the viewers, SWAG is Social Work Action Group, and the city of Wildomar does contract with them along with other cities. And so they have a transitional housing project in Elsinore. It's a motel that was converted into a transitional housing. So you came to, it's called the Anchor, and you came to the Anchor one day, and SWAG took you in.
Yes.
Oh,
It was
great.
awesome. I got a room. The rooms were really nice. You know, it had a nice bed, TV with cable, kitchen, refrigerator, bathroom, and able to just go in there and take a bath. You know, it was amazing. I was just unbelievably grateful.
And that's what we hear. So when SWAG first came to the city of Wildomar at a council meeting, and Aaron and Monica were telling us about how they could help and that they had a social work background, I was sold. I was like, okay, this model sounds like, it's really going to work. And we now contract with them. But we've heard, though, it's really when the person decides to get help, because they can go out and make that first connection. Hi, Keith, can you help today? No. It could be the 10th time, it could be the 100th time. But when you decided to get help, then that's when it changed for you.
Well, I was arrested probably at least 10 times.
Okay.
And most of the times that I was arrested, SWAG was there. They would go out with the police and be there to tell us, we're here. So when you get out of jail, call us. We'll get you lined up in whatever you need. If you need to go to rehab or you need housing, and they would take all your information. And I probably did that like at least 6 times,
So you now come to SWAG, and you went through detox on your own?
Yeah, I didn't have Medi-Cal, so I had to apply for Medi-Cal, and that takes a month, I guess. And in that time that I was waiting for Medi-Cal to kick in, I just kicked drugs on my own.
Wow, that's incredible.
The Anchors in SWAG made it easy. I was able to do an outpatient program through the county of Riverside. And I did that for about 6 months. Longer than I was supposed to. I was supposed to only do like 90 days.
So were there any other challenges then in that you were saying the 90 days and then it took 6 months. Were there some challenges during that time?
Well, I had some goals. I wanted to get a car. I wanted clothes. I wanted to start buying my own stuff.
Right.
I really didn't have anything. I found a job with Greg at Essential Drug Hauling, and that kind of got me on my feet a little bit. But that was after I left the Anchor. But at the Anchor, like some of the things I had to overcome was my arrest. I had 5 warrants.
Oh,
I had like 4 trespassings and 1 paraphernalia. And then SWAG got me lined up with everything. They took me to get my ID, Social Security card, took me to court, and took me to, well, they were gonna give me jail time. But I was able to do house arrest. 5 days, 5 whole days, I was like, wow. But they walked me through everything. I have been avoiding the police in jail for about a year. So that was one of the biggest things that I had to deal with was getting that cleared up.
So let's go back to someone who maybe the connections out there though on the streets, someone that's still out there and they've been contacted by SWAG 6-10 times. What would you tell them?
Keep coming back. It's like going to rehab. People go to rehab and they relapse and they go back to rehab. Sometimes it takes more than 1 time or 2 times. I hit a rock bottom. Everybody's got to hit their own rock bottom. In a lot of cases, that's what it takes. And some people's rock bottoms are deep, so it takes longer. You got to realize what's important to you in life. I want to be part of something bigger than I ever have been in my life, and I'm doing that now. With the volunteer group and working with SWAG, it's a whole new start for me.
And I love that you want to give back and help others that were in your same situation. I just love that.
Yeah, there's 3 of us that went through SWAG. And we were actually all in the same house in Wildomar Point. CJ and Jimmy, And we all three work for SWAG.
So you have a place, you're living in a home, and I saw your truck. Okay, so what are some other future goals? The drumming, you want to continue with your music?
Yeah, I want to record. I like to find a band to play with. But it's hard to find a band out here right now. Because I don't want to play with anybody that's using, there are a lot of bands, there's a lot of drugs involved, and I gotta stay away from that.
Great. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for your service. I didn't know before the interview that you were in the military, so I want to thank you for that.
Sure.
And then I want to thank you for sharing your story. You're just an inspiration, and we've become good friends. And just thank you. I think you're going to inspire others to decide to make that change and change your life. And welcome to your new chapter, Keith.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.